Hey, good morning everybody. It's Mike with the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center, and it's another beautiful day. As we are now in December, winter is definitely showing itself a few times already. So hey, it's going to make for a better Christmas maybe. We're looking for the positivity in 2020. That's what we all got to start doing, is looking at the positive things and being thankful for all that kind of stuff, right? So we've got a lot of great inventory we're going to talk about today. We're going to show you as much as we can. We're going to tell you about some of our current promotions going on right now too. And as usual, I've been talking about this the last couple months. We are at a brand new location, the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center. We used to be on Highland Drive in Jonesboro, and now we're over here on South Stadium. As you come south down Red Wolf over the bypass, we are the very first dealership right here on the left. Real easy to get to, right off the bypass. And if you're coming from the south side of town, we're right here, easy to get to. If you're coming from the north, it doesn't matter which direction you're coming from. We are very easy to get to. So, no matter where you're coming from, come visit us here in Jonesboro. The great thing about the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center here is the selection. Our selection is massive. This new lot here allows us to stock even more inventory than before. And we carry a huge variety of makes and models, and we allow you to compare a lot of those different makes and models right here in one place. Now, of course, you can always shop us online at BayardPreOwned.com. You're going to see all of our inventory there, and then you can also see the inventory of our other 7 locations, soon to be the other 10 locations. We do have 3 new stores coming on board here in the month of December. And we'll talk about those probably on the next show. No matter what you're looking for, we're bound to have it. And if we don't have it, we definitely say, hey, give us a shout here at the store in Jonesboro. We do have the possibility, the availability to find you what you are looking for. Usually I'm the guy that does all the buying for this store here, and so I can get online and actually personally shop for you a car. If you don't find what you're looking for, we definitely will make it super easy for you. So again, check our website out. There's a lot of great information on there. You can see all the photos of our inventory. Every one of our vehicles is priced. All the information is there for you to look at. The original window sticker with all of the equipment. You can even shop with some of our banks online, like Capital One Auto Finance has a direct tool right on our website where you can go in and you can actually shop by payment right there on our website. So Capital One's actually tied into our website now. You can literally get on there, and in just a matter of minutes, without getting your credit pulled, you can shop by payment and see what fits your budget if that's what you're looking for. So just one of the ways that the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center is trying to make it easy. As you go online, you're going to find it, like I said, a lot of information that's useful. And then even when you come down here to the lot, we also put that information right on the vehicles as well too. So when you're shopping online, it's real easy to see what the year, make, and model is. It's real easy to see what the price is, the miles, and we put these window stickers right here on our cars as well too. So as you're shopping on the lot, it is simple here as well. There's some dealerships you go to, and sometimes the dealers themselves will use their website to get the information off. And that's just why we go ahead and print it out right here, so it's easy to access and a little less screen time for the day, right? We were actually just talking about that earlier. Everybody more than ever is getting too much screen time, whether it be on their phones or computers or stuff like that. A lot of people are working from home and just really you could throw all this 2020 stuff out the window, and just our cell phones enough probably take too much of our screen time. Hey, we're thankful that you're even watching us today with all of the choices that you do have to make. But when you shop our website here or you shop our lot, again, we're going to provide all that information. We do what we call competitive pricing right up front. So instead of pricing our cars with just a price, we do a lot of research. We do price our cars aggressively from the start, not with a price that we hope to get, and then after hours of negotiations end up at a fair price. We try to get to that fair price just right up front. Now, from time to time, we do have vehicles like this Pathfinder here that we do mark down. So right now, I've got a couple vehicles on clearance. These are vehicles here that we've typically had around 80 to 90 days. We want to keep our inventory fresh. It's just time to move this car out the window. So, you know, we go in, we reevaluate the market, and we want to make sure that this one is the best price on the market, period. You know, and it takes the profit out of it for us, but that's okay, because once we sell this car, we'll be able to get another car in here that hopefully we can sell quickly and make some money. Nothing wrong with this car. It's just not been the one that somebody fell in love with. You know, I worked for a dealer one time, and he would say, hey, those cars that are getting old, there's something wrong with it. There's just something wrong with it. People don't like that color, or people don't like that package. And I always thought of it more like, you know, you go down to the pound, right, to pick out some puppies. Somebody's got to be the last puppy. It's not that it's a bad puppy. They might be all pretty puppies, but, you know, one of them's going to be the last one, right? So that's just how it is sometimes with cars, too. You know, when you shop our cars here on our website, you're also going to be able to identify quickly which cars have factory warranty. You know, if they're a Carfax one owner, we mark all of that right on the vehicle as well. And next car I'm going to show you here is actually a car that we just put on the line just the other day. This is a 2015 Nissan 370Z. You do not see a lot of these on the road. They are kind of hard to come by, but this is a 2015 model. This is actually a local car that we purchased from a gentleman right here in Jonesboro. This car has 47,000 miles on a 2015. And it was in very good condition when we got it. So our technicians check out each and every car that we get in. They run it through a full inspection. They do a road test. They put it up on the lift. They check the brakes. They check the air filters, the cabin air filters. They check the oil. You know, one of the things they're looking at when they're draining the oil, they want to make sure there's no metal shavings in the oil. You know, look for any kind of telltale signs of wear that, you know, typically we wouldn't normally be able to see. So we look for all that kind of stuff to make sure that the car is in good mechanical condition before we continue on in the process. Once it passes that, then it goes through our detail process, and then after that we kind of go back around it too. We look for any kind of, you know, scratches, dents, dings. We have vendors that come here to our lot that help us with that kind of stuff. So, you know, a lot of times you can have like a little dent in a car, and we can fix that with what they call paintless dent repair. So there's guys that basically, it's kind of an art form really when you watch these guys. They go behind the metal and they're actually able to massage that dent out and make that dent appear as if it was never there, without having to touch the paint in any way. So that is a very useful service. It helps make cars look fantastic. It doesn't cost a lot of money, which is great, because as we keep the cost down, that means our prices are able to stay low as well too. So like I said, this one here, really all it really needed was a detail. It's got some really nice wheels on it. It's also got the upgraded brakes that Nissan puts on this car from the factory. These cars are a lot of fun to drive. It is a real coupe sports car. There is no back seat in it. There's only room for 2 passengers, and it really is a head turner. Really, really nice metal flake in the paint. This one does have the dual exhaust on it. And this does have an aftermarket exhaust. Now, it's not super loud, but it has a really, really nice tone to it as you're driving down the road, like when you get on the car, but not too loud so that, you know, you're driving down the road and like, man, I can't hear myself think right now. It is a really nice quality exhaust system that the previous owner put on that car. So that's just an example of some of the cars that we do buy. So, you know, sometimes we buy our cars at the auction. Sometimes we buy them from other dealerships. And then sometimes we have customers that come in and sell cars to us. That gentleman there, he said, hey, I used to sell cars of my own. He said, hey man, it's just a hassle these days. I don't even want to mess with it anymore. And I totally get it. It is different, you know. And a lot of folks have trade-ins, things like that. So, you know, if you're not in the business of selling cars, right? So most people say, hey, I don't have time for that. If I can get a good, fair value for my car right up front, you know, it takes me about 10-15 minutes to give you a number on your car. If it's something that works out for you, we'll take care of you on that and get you a check here pretty quickly. And even if you have a payoff on it, we can handle that for you. And that's the great thing about it. Once we do agree upon a deal, we handle some paperwork. It takes another 10 or 15 minutes, And then once you do that, you're done with the car. You don't have to worry about your payment. You don't have to worry about your title. We can get that in from the bank. We handle all of that so that it's simple and easy for you. The next car I want to show you here, this is a 2020 Escalade ESV luxury 4-wheel drive. Now, I lied a couple months ago, and I said we don't normally keep Escalades like this in stock, but we got one. I mean, it's been probably about 5 or 6 months ago. That was a 19 model. It was just like this one here, and it sold super fast. And the only reason we got it in the first place is because it was a great value. It was a lot of car for the money, especially when you compare this to one of the new Escalades. So we sold that car super quick. I came across another one that was a good deal. We sold it very quick. I came across another one. This is actually the 4th one I've had in the last 6 months. These have sold very, very quickly. And you know, if you are looking for an Escalade, you know, and you compare this one to a new one, it is a massive discount from a new one to buy something like this here. So this is a 2020 model. It has 34,000 miles, excellent condition. The body on it's very straight. The black on this vehicle really shines. When you get in and drive it, you're not going to know that it's not a brand new vehicle unless you look at the odometer, and you will see it has 34,000 miles. Now, this vehicle also has the remainder of its factory warranty as well too, so you're still getting some warranty on this. And Cadillac's warranty goes, I believe, till 50,000 miles. So you've got a lot of warranty left on this thing. We can also extend that warranty out to 120,000 miles on the odometer, so you can get way more warranty than the vehicle had from the factory and still save a lot of money. So this one here is priced at $59,992. Now, if you're not looking for an Escalade, you're going to say that is a crazy price, $60,000, and I agree. But if you're looking for one of these brand new, this lists for over $90,000. So 30% of the price, boom, it's gone. So, you know, that's a great opportunity for somebody that's looking for something like this to save a lot of money. And that's one of the reasons that buying pre-owned is really a great value. We're going to walk over here, and I'm going to show you some cars to kind of mix it up a little bit. Again, if you're just now joining us, this is Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center, and we're at our all-new location on South Stadium, just over the bypass. We're the very first dealership right here on the left. We used to be on Highland Drive, and now we're right down here in South Stadium. And again, you can always shop us on our website right there, BayardPreOwned.com. So if you're watching and you see something in the background, like this Ford Escape, and you say, hey, I want to get more information, he didn't talk about that car, you can hop on there, check that car out there. But I do have a wide variety of cars. Like we just looked at some Escapes here. Right next to it, I've got a Nissan Rogue Sport. The Rogue Sports, we've sold a lot of these here lately. And if you've looked at some SUVs, just know that there is a difference between the Rogue Sport and the Rogue. They are two different vehicles. You would always think that the Sport would be like a trim package, but it is actually a little bit smaller vehicle. Really a great vehicle for the money. Looking at this one here, this is a 2019 model. It's all-wheel drive, so it's going to be great in all weather conditions. If it's raining, snow, sleet, doesn't matter. It's just going to handle great because that all-wheel drive. You know, if you've never owned an all-wheel drive car, I'll tell you this. Again, depending on, it doesn't matter what the road conditions are, they handle phenomenally. I personally have one that we've had since 2011, and it's like, I mean, it's bad to say, but you just feel like you're invincible when you're in the rain or on snow and ice. That's not good. I'm not saying you should get an all-wheel drive so you can feel invincible driving down the road, because, you know, at the end of the day, you cannot overcome the laws of physics, right? And that's where most people get in trouble. You know, things like inertia, and then of course you get ice. You know, just because you have the traction to go forward doesn't mean you're going to have the traction when you hit the brakes. This one is an all-wheel drive. It's got just over 40,000 miles on it. It gets 30 miles per gallon, still under factory warranty, Carfax one owner for $18,992. They got a lot of room in them. It's got the touchscreen radio in it, backup camera, all the power convenience features. Like I said, it really is just a lot of car for the money. You know, if you had one that was probably not all-wheel drive, you could probably save another $1,500, $2,000. So that's a great deal too. And since we just looked at that, I'll kind of walk you over here and show you the Nissan Rogue. Since we just looked at the Rogue Sport, I think it would have been easier if they just named it differently, right? But this is the Rogue. It is just a little bit bigger, so they are a little bit more expensive. Now this is a 2020 right here that's got 37,000 miles on it. This is just a two-wheel drive, so it's front-wheel drive on the Rogue. It's got a lot of the same features on the inside. Now this one does have some extras on it, like the push-button start. It also has the touchscreen radio like the last one, heated seats. It's got some extra steering wheel mounted audio controls, blind spot monitoring. This one also has alloy wheels. So it is, like I said, it is a little bit more money at $21,992, where the Rogue Sport was $18,900. You get some more features, a little bit bigger size, but it is a little bit more expensive. Still gets great fuel economy though, because even though this one's a two-wheel drive and it is bigger, it gets 33 miles per gallon on the highway. So we're gonna go back here and let's see, what's something we hadn't shown in a while. How about one of these right here? I've got two of these actually in stock right now. This is a 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe. So just like the Rogues, how they were confusing earlier, this is the Santa Fe, and there is a car on the market called the Santa Fe Sport, which is again smaller than the Santa Fe. Hyundai hadn't figured it out either. They both should have just made some different names, and I think life would have been easier. So if you are looking online and you're looking at the Santa Fe and you come across another one and that you're comparing that says Santa Fe Sport, just know that they are a different vehicle. So they will be priced a little bit differently. These vehicles here, these Hyundais, have a lot of great safety features, standard from the factory. They really do have a lot of a great price, and it's a big SUV that gets 29 miles per gallon. So some of these do have third row seats in them. This one does not have third row seat in it, but we've got this one here, and it's kind of a bronze color, and then I've also got one in a silver as well. So we're going to move on down here a little bit further, take you up here and show you some cars. Tell you what about the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center is you can look at a lot of different makes and models. We are not brand specific. We will absolutely stock just about anything. If it's a good quality car, we're gonna have it here for sale on our lot. One of our favorites that we sell a lot of is the Volkswagen brand. There's not a Volkswagen dealership here in Jonesboro, but these have always sold very well right here in Jonesboro. So this is a 2019 Jetta. This is the SE package. It's got the panoramic sunroof up top. It's got the alloy wheels. Inside it's got heated leather seats, push button start, touchscreen radio, backup camera. Really a sporty looking car. This is kind of a dark silver with a lot of metallic flake in it. That black panoramic sunroof really stands out with the other black accents on it. But this, if you say, hey, I don't care what brand it is, but I want something that's sporty, I want something that looks good, that's something that you could buy, and not everybody else is going to have too. So that's probably one of the benefits of us not having a Volkswagen dealership here in town. Now this car still is under factory warranty. It does have 37,000 miles on it, and it gets 40 miles per gallon. So great fuel economy out of that car. Now you might say, hey, I would rather stick with something that we do have around here locally. So right next to it, you could shop the 2019 Nissan Altima. So we do have Nissan Altima. We've got right next to it a Toyota Camry. So again, you can compare a lot of makes and models right here in one place. We make the shopping process simple and easy because again, we put that price sticker right there on the car so that it's easy to see, it's easy to get the information off of. When you look at these here too, like you're going to be able to see, you heard me quoting fuel economy a minute ago. They do have the fuel economy ratings. This is directly from the EPA.gov website, which by the way is a great website if you are wondering about the fuel economy of vehicles. You can go to EPA.gov. You can go on there and you can compare different makes and models right there. They've actually got a side-by-side comparison tool. and you can even compare like how much fuel you're gonna spend, or how much money you're gonna spend on fuel over an annual basis on there. So that's a good tool. I use it all the time, especially when somebody is shopping from a car that they currently have and looking at something like this Nissan Altima. I'll give you an example. One time I had a customer, and they were trading in a Chevy Tahoe. They needed something like a Nissan Altima to get back and forth to work. They had a long commute every day, and you know, they got to doing the math. They said, hey, we just need to go home and do the math and check on it. And I knew they drove a lot, so I said, let me ask you a question. I said, how many miles do you drive a week? We found out how much they spent in fuel every month, right? Found out how many miles that they drove to and from work. With just some real simple math, we just showed them that, you know, they were gonna save like $300 a month just in fuel from what they had been spending. It basically almost made it where the car was free, you know, based on the fuel that they had been spending. They were spending so much in fuel. So it ended up being a great deal for them because they were able to save a lot of money to get into a newer vehicle with better fuel economy. So, you know, we talked about Nissan, we talked about Volkswagen, Toyota. Right next to it here, I've got a 2020 Chevrolet Malibu. We've got Chevrolets, I've got the Ford Fusions here too. So, you know, again, a lot of makes and models right here in one place. And again, you can always shop them right there on our website. And right next to it here, we have a Honda Accord. So, I mean, truly representing a lot of makes and models right here in one place. We carry a lot of variety. Right next to it, we'll show you another one of our clearance vehicles. This is a 2019 Chevrolet Trax. This is the LT package. It's also all-wheel drive, still under factory warranty, Carfax one owner, on sale right now for $17,999. So this one here, 2019, only has 27,000 miles on it. A great vehicle. If you're looking for something that is, you know, an SUV that is great in all weather conditions, that all-wheel drive we talked about earlier, good fuel economy, 29 miles per gallon, and a low monthly payment at $17,900, that's going to get you there. These are deceptively big inside. One of the things I like about the Trax is you have more of an upright seating position, and that allows you to have a lot more room in the vehicle, even though the vehicle looks shorter than some vehicles, because you're sitting more upright and not like kicked back like you're a race car driver. It just gives you more room in it, and it makes more room for the second row passengers as well. Of course, you know, you got the roof rack rails on top. You know, I tell you what, people forget about these things right here. And when SUVs came out, people loved them. You saw people mounting stuff to the roof rack all the time. And I think it's starting to make a comeback. I see it a lot of times now where people are putting roof rack baskets and stuff like there. But, you know, if you're driving a vehicle, let's say you need a vehicle that gets good fuel economy, okay, low monthly payment, like something like this one here. But, you know, you occasionally take a trip down to Florida or something once a year, right? Some people will say, well, I really need something bigger because we go to Florida once a year. Don't forget, when you take a vehicle like this, you got a roof rack up top. You don't have to drive around with a roof rack all year. You know, if you bought a roof rack, you can mount it up, you get ready for your big trip, mount your luggage on it, still carry everything that you need down there, still have room on the inside of the car, still get great fuel economy, and have a low monthly payment. You know, another option too that I've showed people this before, had some people one time, they said, hey, we got to have a Suburban because we make that big trip once a year, you know. They were currently driving a car, and I said, well, instead of spending an extra, you know, $25,000 to go from a car like you've got to a big SUV, why don't you keep your car, or keep something that has better fuel economy that you drive all year long, and maybe even rent a vehicle for that 1 week out of the year. So, you know, don't forget, there's a lot of great options out there when it comes to traveling, things like that. You know, the rental car companies, they'll rent you just about anything you want, everything down from a fuel economy car all the way up to Suburbans. They'll rent 15-passenger vans, and I've seen people taking those too. Take a couple seats out of the back, stow a lot of luggage in the back, have room for a lot of people. You can kick out and relax in one of those things for sure. I tell you what, let's go up here and look at a couple other vehicles, and I'll kind of take you inside and show you a little promotion we got going on. Here is a GMC Acadia that just made it to the lot this morning. I just took pictures of it today, posted it on our website. This is a 2020 GMC Acadia. This is the SLE package. It does have the cloth interior, alloy wheels, a backup camera. You know, it's really interesting, these Acadias and some of the new terrains now have like push button gears. So you press the button to go in reverse, you press the button to go into drive. You know, I guess there were some cars like, what, in the 70s that had some transmissions like that. So it's really cool. I mean, none of the transmissions in cars have linkage that goes to them anymore. They're all electronically controlled. So that frees up a lot of room on the inside of the dash up on, instead of having either a column shift or a center shift there, it frees up a lot of room on the inside. But this Acadia here has 8,000 miles on it, so it's still got a lot of the factory warranty left on it. It's got the full coverage warranty on it, and it also has the remainder of its powertrain. So don't forget that a lot of these cars, they have both what we call a full coverage warranty. You might hear people say bumper to bumper warranty. There is no such thing as a bumper to bumper warranty because no warranty covers belts, bulbs, wear and tear items, brakes, things like that. So that's why I always say full coverage. It's going to cover everything other than your wear and tear items. But you've also got a powertrain warranty on a lot of those vehicles as well too. So that powertrain is going to cover all your lubricated components, engine, transmission, drive axles, things like that. So we're going to walk inside as we start wrapping up the show right here. And I'm going to show you this current promotion we got going right now. Let's go over here to this one. So this month, all month before Christmas, if you buy a vehicle here, we're actually going to give you one of these 6-foot stockings. Now you might say, hey, that stocking is cool and it's filled with a lot of toys. It is a lot of fun. But if you don't have anybody that you want to give that stocking to, you can also make the choice to donate this. We actually have teamed up with a local organization. So we're going to take the ones that are donated to some kids in need before Christmas, so that way that can help, you know, cheer up somebody's Christmas, right? So we've already we've sold a bunch of vehicles already. We've already made some of those donations as well too. So, you know, the other way you can have an opportunity to win one of these is just to come by and test drive a vehicle. Or if you come by and use our service department for any kind of maintenance or any kind of repair, you're also going to be entered in that drawing as well too. So we're going to do that drawing about 2 days before Christmas. I don't know how many of those we're going to give away. Whatever we have left probably is what we're going to give away on those. So, you know, if you want an opportunity for one of these things are retail value like over 150 bucks. They're really cool. Like I said, they're a lot of fun. They are filled with a lot of toys. There's actually toys stacked deep in these things too. So come by and test drive a vehicle, or like I said, come by and use our service department, get entered into that drawing. And as usual, don't get a bad deal, get a bear deal, and come see us right here at 3050 Stadium Boulevard.